And here we are. Sufco's Clinic. Well, I'm actually just gonna end it right there. Thanks for sticking around for the ride and all this. It's been crazy. And I'm gonna be doing Gears of War 5 for Saturdays onward. So yeah, I'm gonna be ending stream on my PS4 and then switching over to computer and then getting Gears all set up and such. So yeah, plugs are as follows. I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of things. So first and foremost, schedule. I have a schedule. It is as follows. Tomorrow I will be going through Halo Reach campaign with my buddy Tenno and potentially Blaze. And we'll see how far we get in that. Because I've been trying to get him to play multiplayer and such. So yeah, it's going to be much fun. Tuesdays, me and Tenno do Destiny 2 Reset, where we get all of the new content out of the way so we can prepare for Fridays. More on that later. Wednesdays are my D&D campaign. Me and Tenno and a few others play a homebrew campaign that's called The Hand of Fate. And we've all of our characters recently acquired our own rooms and stuff. So for some of us, my character in particular, that's kind of a new concept, considering that most of us have never actually owned anything. Either we've stolen it or we just don't have stuff. So that's an interesting concept. I play a broken kitten in that, so feel free to imitate the voice that he does. Anyways. And Thursdays are gonna be my off day. That is now my off day. I'm not gonna be doing any streams on those days. Fridays, however, well, me and Tenno are gonna be doing the Trials of Osiris, or regular competitive, if we decide we're not gonna be doing that, considering we still need a third person for that whole thing. Which is a high, it's elite PvP. Is what I should say. It's not even competitive, I would consider. It's beyond competitive. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that from now on Fridays, if we manage to actually pull it off and such. With the new way things are going for the mechanics of the game and the new meta, it's been pretty rough adapting to it for both of us. Me for the swords and him with sniping in a fully automatic weapon environment. So yeah, it's kind of crazy right now, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. Saturdays are Destiny 2 clan stuff. If we actually do anything, we're going to be doing it as a clan, or maybe just me and Tenno just having fun doing whatever with whoever shows up. So yeah. And then Sundays are going to be, probably Gears 5. So yeah. All that fun and excitement is from 6 till 8 usually. The only exceptions being on Wednesdays, it's going to be 8 till midnight. All this is Pacific Daylight Savings Time, because we're in the States still doing that archaic system that makes no sense. So yeah. That's there, all the videos and such. For those of you who wanted to watch the entirety of the Bloodborne series, now that it's concluded, you can find that on my YouTube. I chop it up into 10 to 14 minute bits, get rid of the bits where I die too much, or I need to farm, and label all of it as either farming vids, or this run of this boss, attempt number, whatever, and so on and so forth. So yeah, feel free to skip over whatever you feel like, because I know I do that same thing, and get to the bits you really want to watch. Just get to the good parts, man. You want to see me actually defeat the boss? Just skip the 5 or so episodes I have planned for, the funny bits. But if you want to actually watch the interlude of how I led up to killing the boss, then go and watch that. I don't judge you. You do what you do you. Anyways. YouTube is going to be Coyote Stash. It's mostly a Let's Play channel. So, yeah, it's got the Bloodborne stuff and the Gear stuff. So, check that out. I also have turned the competitive stuff me and Tenno have been doing for oof, pretty much my entire Twitch campaign, or Twitch career rather. I have been translating all of the competitive stuff into stories. So I have currently 3 stories out about dramatized versions of real life events for competitive streaming. So yeah, if you like your fiction and fantasy hybridized, then come and find it. Or sorry, nonfiction and fiction hybridized. There we go. That's the actual phrase. So yeah, it's going to be true events of what happened. So the first one in chronological order would be me and him becoming Shield Brothers, which was not on stream, unfortunately. But it was a pretty epic tale, nonetheless. One that I felt deserved to be spoken through Oteno's eyes, or mouth and ears and sensory organs and extruding organs, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. So yeah, that is completely from his point of view, not mine. So I had to like double check with my buddy Ethan / Oteno. It's one and the same character, honestly, in real life and in the game. So yeah, I needed to like talk to him about it, make sure everything was in working order and such. And yeah, he says it was fairly accurate for how he was back then, not who he is currently, because him currently is completely different from where he was originally, because his motto back then was chill, no stress. So he did just that. Never picked up anything competitive, IRL or in-game. So yeah, this was his first bout into competitive. And it was interesting, because later on, he kind of sort of broke a little bit in his, like, spirit and will to accomplish things during a match we were winning. And that led to the second story, which is entitled Heroic. And it doesn't actually talk about the event itself. It talks about the aftercare. What happens when the camera goes off and we just sit and talk about stuff. Just making sure that we're, like, okay with how things go. And if we need to improve anything, if we need to, like, we just hash things out. So that is a true representation of our characters and was actually produced first. I created Heroic before I created Brave, because Brave came out like a couple of days ago. Yeah, I kind of did it in weird order because I do weird things in weird orders. That's kind of how I roll. Anyways, so yeah, it was a interesting little psychological process for the both of us to like talk in our characters for the first time ever, and then have it with our voices. So yeah, it was weird. And with the next iteration of storytelling, we got our Crucible Fabled, where we actually accomplished our original goal of acquiring the Luna's Howl after completing the quest line to reach Fabled rank. In competitive, which, for those of you who don't know, we got it before the nerf happened. Or, yeah, we got it before the nerf happened, so it was kind of a big deal. But then the nerf happened as we acquired it. So, yeah. Kind of a moot point at that point in time. Anyways, but yeah, it was pretty an epic tale on how we acquired, because we acquired it during a flawless game. It was perfect. We did not lose a single time during that one game, even though during the last match, our teammate was the one that actually saved our bacon because everyone else was down, and he was facing against 4 enemies. So yeah, he came in with a clutch. I highlighted that specifically because it was so epic. Anyways, yeah, and then afterwards it talks about like, oh, we're going to the tower and just, having fun and such. Then it goes over to me, because I had a weird dream like 2 nights before we actually acquired Luna's Howl. And I swear on everything I hold sacred that it is accurate. I did not make any of that dream up. And the crazy part is, it fits the character that I created for Destiny. Like, it's 100% canon if my character in Destiny had this dream. So yeah, real life and the game world kind of dissolved together in one cohesive world in my brain that night. And it was magnificent as it was terrifying. So yeah, that's going to be the series Our Crucible. And if you enjoy my style of writing and the way I, form my narratives and such, you can continue on to my book that I've been writing for quite some time. It is also located at the same point in time and place in the interwebs. It is on my DeviantArt, which is Anarcanine at DeviantArt. Link is here. So yeah, that is a long-running book I've been slowly working on for the last too long, and it is, well, it's true science fiction and fantasy, where you get your peanut butter mixed in with your chocolate, and you get your dragons using your space lasers, and you get werewolves using temporal weapons. So yeah, it's been a fun time. 4 chapters of that are already up, and I'm currently working on the 5th one, which, again, is going to be about a particular Oteno's character, but a different version. Pretty much the whole premise of the Stormy Chronicles Origins, which is the title of the book, because it's going to be like the Stormy Chronicles, and there's going to be like iterations of things. Anyways, is that it was Earth in 2012, like regular or Earth, nothing interesting happened. It was business as usual. Like it pretty much everything from your real life is in that version. However, the apocalypse actually did happen in 2012, and humanity is now like more or less considered an elf. Like in most fantasy settings, you have like the elves as like this super advanced culture, but they're like starting to lose everything kind of a situation. Like Lord of the Rings status. Like, they're super advanced, super intelligent, but dwindling. That is essentially humanity in my setting. So there's a lot of interesting new races out there that have kind of taken the limelight away from humanity. So yeah, that's what it's about. Give it a read if you want. Last chapter, my editor told me, was as good as anything he had on his shelf. So that was a big confidence booster for me. Anyways, so yeah, DeviantArt is Anarcanine, YouTube is Coyote Stash, and you know what? I'm actually gonna give my buddy some love. I'm gonna give him some links to his stuff. My boy Oteno/Ethan also is a streamer, and he also has his own links to various things. So, they are there. We do streaming most days out of the week now, so watch us both at the same time. Give us some love, both of them. He's a really good guy. He also has his own YouTube that he uploads all of his past highlights into, so check that out. He does it all in one chunk because he has like things going on for that. I tend to like it broken up. That's more my speed. But if you want to watch the full thing for some of the crazy stuff he has better internet than me, so he has actually a little bit more. And he's been, streaming for a lot longer, so he has a lot more content on it than I do. Anyways, well, that concludes Bloodborne. I'm gonna stand up for this. Thanks for watching. Bye.